Hi guys, welcome to this week's edition of ISTV Sport FORETASTE with my humble self, KANNY. I remain KANNY. It's a packed show for us this week as we'll be reviewing some of the biggest events in the world of sport over the next 7 days. And I tell you, there are a lot of big events this week. Do not forget that a lot of the domestic leagues across Europe came to an end last weekend, and some of them will be coming to an end this weekend. But before we go into the show proper, please do well to like, share and click the subscribe button and stay glued to this channel for timely and weekly updates in the happenings in the world of sport. So we begin with football, and in the round letter game, the FIFA Under-20 World Cup continues this week. The group stages are over and now we are on to the round of 16. The 16 teams that have qualified to the round of 16 will face each other this week. Of the 4 African representatives that went for the Under-20 AFCON that is going on out there in Argentina, only 3 made it successfully to the round of 16. For some reasons, the African Under-20 champions Senegal could not just get out of the group stage. They finished with just 2 points and ended 4th in their own group. But Nigeria, Tunisia and the Gambia are still flying Africa's flags high out there in South America. So the round of 16, like I already said, begins on Tuesday. On Tuesday, USA will take on New Zealand and Uzbekistan will take on Israel. While on Wednesday, you have 4 games. Brazil will take on Tunisia, Colombia, Slovakia, England versus Italy, and the host Argentina will take on Nigeria's Flying Eagles. While on Thursday, where the round of 16 games will come to an end, you have Ecuador taking on South Korea, and you have the Gambia taking on Uruguay. That is that for the round of 16. While on Saturday down the week, the quarterfinals will begin, and it will be the winners of the Uzbekistan and Israel game taking on the winners of the Brazil and the Tunisia game. That will be on Saturday, while the winners of Colombia and Slovakia will slug it up against the winners of England and Italy that same Saturday. While on Sunday, it will be the winners of the game between Argentina and Nigeria taking on the winners of the game between Ecuador and South Korea, while the winners of the game between USA and New Zealand will take on the winners of the game between the Gambia and Uruguay. And that is that for the Under-20 FIFA World Cup. We wish all of the African teams that are out there all the best, and hopefully they make it into the quarter-final rounds of the competition. Well, like I rightly said when we began the show, this week is going to be a very packed week, because a lot of cup finals will be going on across Europe. And we'll begin with the first one on Wednesday, the Europa League final between Sevilla and Roma, Jose Mourinho's Roma. Well, both teams need this one because they need to qualify for the Champions League. Both of them did not finish in the Champions League places in their respective leagues. So Roma, they defeated Juventus in the semi-finals 3-2 on aggregate, while Sevilla defeated Juventus in the semi-final 3-2 on aggregate, like I already said, while Roma held on to a 1-0 aggregate win over Bayer Leverkusen. Well, Sevilla are the record winners of this title. They've won it 6 times. They are gunning for their 7th title, while Roma have never won the Europa League. But they will be looking to win back-to-back European Cups after winning the Europa Conference League last year. And all of this has been the masterwork of the special one, Jose Felix Mourinho. The final will be out there in the Puskas Arena out there in Budapest, Hungary, and English official Anthony Taylor will be taking center stage for that one. You do well to catch that game on Wednesday, and it looks to be a very interesting one. Down the week, the big one, the Lions, the 2 elephants rather in England. Manchester United will go up against Manchester City in the Manchester Derby in the FA Cup final on Saturday. That promises to be an interesting one, and for some reasons, both sides have met 10 times in the FA Cup, but they've never met in the final. In the 142-year history of the FA Cup, Manchester United and Manchester City have never met in the final. Do not forget that United are the 2nd most successful side in the competition, just behind Arsenal. They've won 12 titles, while City have won 6. So both of them will be looking to get one up the other. Where Man United will be trying to stop City from winning the treble. Do not forget that Man United are the only English team to have won the treble, while City will want to win the FA Cup after winning the league just before playing the Champions League final against Inter Milan. So that is that for the FA Cup final. There are still a lot of finals going down on Saturday. If we move to Germany, we have the DFB Pokal final on that Saturday. It will be between RB Leipzig and Eintracht Frankfurt. Well, Eintracht Frankfurt have won the DFB Pokal 5 times. Leipzig have won it just once, but they'll be looking to make it back-to-back. They won it the last time out. They'll be looking to make it back-to-back. Leipzig defeated Freiburg 5-1 in the semi-finals, while Frankfurt saw VfB Stuttgart 3-2 in the semi-finals. That'll be an interesting one for you to look out for. That's in Germany, the DFB Pokal. While for lovers of women football, I love women football. The skill, the passion, it just brings out something in me. I love watching the Alexa Russos of this world, losing bronze, Mary Epps, Alex Putellas, and Renard, and all of these ladies, ply their trades out there. So it will be the UEFA Women's Champions League final between, guess who? Well, no guesses. Barcelona Feminine and VfL Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg have won this tournament twice. They won it back-to-back, in fact, in 2012-2013 season and the 2013-2014 season. While this is Barcelona's third final in 3 years, they've gone to the final consecutively. They've only won it once. They won it in the 2020-2021 season when they defeated Chelsea. Last season, they lost to Lyon, who have won it 8 times. And this season, they'll be looking to, get their second one and defeat Wolfsburg. They definitely will be the ones to beat for the finals, because they'll be the major team that everyone will expect to win the competition. They are the champions of Spain. What they have been doing over the last few years has been ridiculous. Why Wolfsburg finished second behind Bayern Munich women out there. The final will go down in the Netherlands at the Philips Stadium in Eindhoven. So you do well to catch that one on Saturday. On that same Saturday, in Scotland is the Scottish Cup final between Celtics and Inverness. So lovers of Scottish football, you also do well to catch that one out there in Scotland. So we'll move on to the leagues. Like I rightly said earlier, a number of the leagues ended last week, but some of them are still going on this particular week. Well, we begin with the French League 1. The champions have already been known, PSG, and a historic feat was also made over the weekend, where RC Lens made it to the Champions League. They confirmed the Champions League places. They are presently second in the French League 1. But this week, Ajaccio will take on Marseille, Auxerre will take on Rennes, Lyon will take on Nice, PSG will take on Clermont-Foot, Monaco will take on Toulouse, White Foyer will take on Lille. So for lovers of French football, we do well to catch all of those games. Do not forget that the race for the Golden Boot in France is still on. Then we go to the Serie A in Italy. We already know the champions, and the Champions League places in the Serie A are already confirmed. It's going to be Napoli, Inter Milan, Lazio, and AC Milan. Do not forget that Juventus initially were deducted 15 points. They had a return. Now they were deducted 10 points, and that has somehow dampened their season. They are presently out of the Champions League places, and they cannot get back into it anymore. So for this weekend, it will also be a battle for the Capocannoniere Award. That's the Golden Boot Award out there in Italy. Our own Nigerian man Victor Osimhen has been fantastic so far this season. He bagged his 30th goal of the season over the weekend with a brace against Bologna. That was his 100th appearance for Napoli. He's presently on 25 goals, while Lautaro Martinez is on 21 goals for Inter Milan. So that battle still goes on to the last day. If Osimhen doesn't score, Martinez scores, who knows, maybe 4 or 5, maybe he gets that award. But for the games that will go on in Italy this weekend, you have Udinese taking on Juventus, Napoli taking on Sampdoria, AC Milan, Verona, Torino, Italy, Lazio, Empoli, and Roma taking on Spezia. Those are the games that you do well to catch in the Italian Serie A. Then finally in football, we go to Spain, La Liga. But before we begin the La Liga segment, I just want to say, from me and from the whole ISTV Sports crew, we send our well wishes to Vinicius Junior. What he has been suffering and encountering in Spain over the last few games has been terrible. We say no to racism. Racism is terrible. Racism is not a good thing. If you are if you are one of those people who racially abuse people, please get the right education and understand that the world is not about by the color of your skin, but by what is in your head and what is in your mind. We are all one. We are all together. We are all human beings, and let's show each other love. And that being said, the Champions League places in Spain have also been confirmed. Barcelona have already been champions, like you rightly know. Real Madrid will make it to the Champions League next season. Atletico Madrid will be there, and Real Sociedad will be there. But for this week, the major games that will go down in Spain, in La Liga, Villarreal will take on Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid will take on Athletic Club. Celta Vigo will take on Barcelona, and Real Sociedad will take on Sevilla. And that is that in the world of football. That's the round letter game. For all of you fans of the round letter game, we do also catch all of these games, and they will prove to be very, very interesting. Before we move on, I'd like to remind you, please like, share our content, click the subscribe button, and stay glued to this channel. It still remains ISTV Sport Foretaste. We'll be giving you weekly updates in the round of sports. You also do well to catch our other shows. Our Monday show in the evening, we do a preview of the games that went on over the weekend at 6:30 Nigerian time and 1:30 Eastern time. On Tuesdays, we have the Sport Banter Corner at 1:30 Eastern time and 6:30 Nigerian time. And on Fridays, we have the weekend preview show where we preview some of the biggest games that will be happening in the world of sports. You also do well to catch that 6:30 Nigerian time and 1:30 Eastern time. So moving on, we go to the NBA basketball. Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. For some reasons, this game has gone to a game 7. Nobody expected it to get to this because Miami Heat took the first 3 games 3-0. And remember, no team has come down from 3-0 in the history of the NBA. Before this game, the record was at 150-0. Once you go down 3-0 in the NBA, you will most likely lose. But kudos to the Boston Celtics. They fought back 3-1, 3-2, and now it is 3-3. So both of those teams will be heading back to Boston, Massachusetts at the TD Gardens to take on each other for Game 7. Game 7 is going to be vital as any of those teams that win will progress to the NBA Finals to take on the Western Conference champions, Denver Nuggets. Do not forget that the Denver Nuggets swept the Los Angeles Lakers 4-0. It's going to be a crazy one because either team that wins, they will probably be battered, and Denver has had over a week of rest. So you do also catch that one. That game will come up at 1:30 Eastern time on Monday. But if you're in Nigeria or West Africa, it will be 8:30 Eastern time, sorry, on Monday. That's if you're in the US. Why, if you are in Nigeria or West Africa, the game will take place at 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So that will be the game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final. Who will be the victor? Who will be the vanquished between the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat? While down the week, on Thursday, the NBA Finals begin properly. Like I rightly said, anybody that wins the game 7 between Boston Celtics and Miami Heat will take on the Denver Nuggets. That game will also take place on Thursday, June 1st, 8:30 Eastern time if you're in the US. But if you are in Lagos or West Africa, it will be 1:30 a.m. on Friday morning. While the game 2 of the NBA Playoffs Finals will take place on Sunday night or Monday morning if you are in Nigeria or West Africa, accordingly, like I rightly said. And that is that on the NBA. We wish all of the teams that will be going down, especially teams that are going out tonight between Boston Celtics and Miami, we wish them well. And any of those teams that progress to the final, we also wish them well. We wish them an injury-free game, and hopefully may the best man win. So from there, we move on to tennis. Like we rightly, if you watched the show last week, we spoke about the Roland Garros. The qualifying rounds began last week. The competition began proper on Sunday. It will continue throughout this week. Do not forget that 14-time champion Rafael Nadal is not in this particular competition due to injury, and we wish him well. But all of the other stars that are there, Carlos Alcaraz, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Alexander Zverev, Medvedev, all of these guys, we wish all of them well. Novak Djokovic, wish everybody well as they will be fighting it out on clay. And in the women's side, Rabikina, Sabalenka, Onjabor, Coco Gauff, Swiatek, we wish every one of them well, injury-free competition, and hopefully they do their best and come out top out there at the Roland Garros in Paris, France. From there, we go to athletics. In the world of athletics, do not forget that last week, the Moroccan Diamond League, the World Athletics Diamond League, took place in Morocco at the King Mohammed IV event. Well, this week's edition will be in Italy, in Europe. It will take place at the Stadio Olimpico. For those of you who watch football, the Stadio Olimpico is AS Roma's stadium. So the World Athletics Diamond League will take place this week at the Stadio Olimpico. You do well to catch that particular event for lovers of athletics, for lovers of fast people. You want to see the fastest men alive, Noah Lyles, and all of these guys, Shelley Fraser-Price, Charlotte Jackson, Ellen Thompson, everybody. If you want to see them, Toby Amuson, all of these people, you do well to tune into the World Athletics Diamond League in Italy to take place at the Stadio Olimpico, like I said. And finally on the show this week, we'll move to Formula 1, fast cars, the world of fast cars. Last week was the Monaco Grand Prix, and guess who won? It's no surprise anymore, Max Verstappen. He won in Monaco. He got 25 points on the board, and Lewis Hamilton finished 4th, Fernando Alonso finished 2nd, and Russell finished 5th. Sorry, Lewis Hamilton finished 4th. So this week it will be the Spanish Grand Prix. It will take place out there in Catalonia at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. For you lover of Formula 1 and fast cars, you love to drive cars, you love to watch people drive fast, you do well to tune into that one. Will Max Verstappen win this one? Will he continue to cement his lead at the top of the leaderboard? or will Fernando Alonso or will Russell or will even Lewis Hamilton come back and just take this one and try to usurp Max Verstappen? Do not forget that Verstappen has an early lead. He has won almost all of the races in the new season. His car, what Red Bull have done with their car is mind-blowing. How it is out of this world. So that is that on the show for this week. Before we go, we'd like to say a very big thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you for always staying with us. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing our content. Thank you for liking our content. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching our other shows. Like we said, on Monday evenings, we do the weekly review show where we review all of the things that happened at the weekend. On Tuesdays, the Sport Banter Corner, just banter, lighting up the mood. It takes place 6:30 West African time and 1:30 Eastern time. While on Fridays, is the weekly preview show where we preview the games that are going on at the weekend. My name is Ibikunle Salako, aka KANNY. The show remains ISTV Sport FORETASTE. It comes up every Monday, and we preview the games that will be going on over the next 7 days. And thank you very much for staying with us. Please leave any suggestions and any of your improvements I think we could have in the comment section. Thank you and have a beautiful week. Bye bye.